Ladies and gentlemen, sit down. Take a deep breath. Put down your protein shake and cancel your DAZN subscription because the unthinkable just happened. Yes, the Claressa Shields, the undefeated, unbothered, undisputed GWOT of boxing, is officially out of her July 26th fight. But not because of injury, not because of a last-minute contract dispute, and no, not even because of an Illuminati sacrifice. Oh no, it's much messier than that. Remy, the same Remy who's more famous for swinging drama than swinging punches, has allegedly attacked Claressa Shields. Not in the ring, not in the gym, but off the books, behind the scenes, in a storyline so twisted even Netflix said, too unrealistic. But here's the kicker, Claressa didn't just pull out of the fight. She walked straight into a police station and said, "Remy ended my career." Wait, what? How did we go from weigh-ins to 911 calls? Was this a calculated takedown? A jealous outburst? Or just another day in the gloriously chaotic circus that is combat sports? Stick around, folks, this rabbit hole goes deep. And trust me, you're not ready for what we found. So, let's rewind the tape and figure out how the undefeated champion of women's boxing, the icon, the megastar, the woman who called herself the GWOT, found herself crying in a police station saying her career is over, not because of a knockout punch, but because of Remy. Yeah, that Remy. You might remember Remy from that viral post-fight press conference last year, where she claimed Claressa wasn't ready for the streets, and then proceeded to throw her water bottle and her shade across the table. You know, iconic behavior if you're a reality TV villain, not a professional athlete. Remy has always been boxing's wild card. Not because of her punches, which, let's be honest, land about as often as a Snapchat streak, but because of her drama. Suspensions, fines, beef with half the female boxing circuit, and one unforgettable live stream where she challenged 3 fighters and a YouTube prankster to a street fight outside Popeyes. Needless to say, Remy isn't exactly known for her calm, balanced personality. So when Claressa announced she'd be fighting in Detroit on July 26th, her home turf, a comeback match hyped as the event of the summer, fans were counting the days. DAZN rolled out the red carpet. Sponsors lined up. Even Drake allegedly bet 6 figures on her winning by decision. Because duh, Claressa doesn't lose. But then the unthinkable. Just 2 weeks before the fight, bam. News breaks that Claressa Shields has withdrawn due to an undisclosed injury. That's the official line. The sanitized, PR-flavored version. But here's what they didn't tell you, and what we uncovered. Sources close to the event, who wish to remain anonymous because they value their legs, say Claressa didn't get injured in training. Nope. The injury came from Remy, who allegedly ambushed Claressa outside a private gym in Miami. That's right. Not a ring. Not a spar. Not even a contract dispute. An ambush. Because when you've been banned from 3 athletic commissions and blocked by your own fans on Twitter, I guess your only option left is violence. Now, here's where things start getting murky and insanely juicy. Apparently, Claressa and Remy used to be cool. We're talking back in the Rise to Fame days. They followed each other on IG, commented on each other's training posts, and even shared the same conditioning coach at one point. But all that ended when Claressa publicly called out fighters who, quote, spend more time on TikTok than in the ring. Guess who took that personally? Yup, Remy. Queen of TikTok sparring montages and dramatic slow-motion face shots. After that, it was war. Online beef, side-eye interviews, cryptic tweets. Remy even wore a hoodie that said GWOT killer during one of her weigh-ins. But still, no one expected this. According to one eyewitness, a gym janitor named Rico who claims he saw everything through the tinted glass while mopping, Remy showed up uninvited to Claressa's private training session. And not for autographs. She had a hood on. Rico told our very serious investigative team. She was pacing outside like she was waiting for a moment. Then when Claressa came out to her car, boom, it was on. You heard that right. No gloves. No cameras. Just raw street chaos outside a luxury boxing facility with palm trees and parking validation. Apparently, the altercation lasted under 2 minutes, but the damage? Massive. Our sources claim Claressa suffered a sprained shoulder, deep bruising on her right rib cage, and a concussion. The exact injuries have been heavily redacted in official statements, but if you believe Twitter, and why wouldn't you? It's 90% reliable and 100% chaotic. Someone leaked a voice note where Claressa said, "I don't even know if I'll fight again." This wasn't a boxing injury. This was betrayal. Yeah, she said the B word. Betrayal. Now, let's talk motive. Because nobody just shows up at someone's gym and starts a fight without serious history or a completely unmedicated ego. Some fans think this wasn't just an emotional outburst. This was strategic. A calculated move to sabotage Claressa's fight. Why? Because Remy was originally rumored to be in talks with promoters for a fight on the undercard. Yup. She wasn't booked, but her team was in discussions. And apparently, Claressa wasn't having it. One source, who asked to be called Champ Juice, claims Claressa personally blocked Remy's involvement, allegedly telling promoters, "I'm not sharing a ring, a building, or a camera frame with her. Period." So, was this revenge? Did Remy decide if she couldn't get on the card, she'd take the whole card down? The conspiracy gets deeper than a Mayweather tax loophole. Because get this, 2 days before the incident, Remy posted a cryptic story with a caption. "Sometimes you gotta do what the commission won't. Oncoming fist." What does that even mean? Fans flooded the comments. Some cheered her on. Others said she'd finally lost it. One guy just posted a gif of Kanye saying, "I miss the old you." But regardless, no one expected real violence. Now, the boxing world is in complete meltdown. Claressa's team pulled her from all media. The fight was cancelled. DAZN took down all promotional material within hours. And in the middle of it all, Remy, silent, unbothered, posting gym selfies with captions like, "They said I couldn't box. So, I didn't. I handled it." Excuse me, what? But here's where things really take a turn. And trust me, this is where it starts getting criminal. Because the same day the story leaked, Claressa walked into a Miami police station. She didn't send a lawyer. She didn't hide behind PR. She walked in, signed a statement, and told investigators point blank, "I was attacked. This wasn't a scuffle. This wasn't mutual. I was ambushed. She ended my career." Those are the exact words written in the leaked incident report, which, by the way, is now circulating on every boxing Reddit thread and conspiracy TikTok page on the internet. The moment that quote hit social media, all hell broke loose. Hashtag Justice for Claressa started trending within hours. Fans demanded Remy's immediate arrest. Memes exploded. Influencers jumped in. Even Jake Paul tweeted, "There's a difference between beef and assault. This ain't it." And that's saying something from a guy who once threw punches at a mascot. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Because according to leaked footage, someone recorded the entire thing on a dash cam across the street. Yep, there's video. And it's a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean career-ending, lawsuit launching, make an ESPN documentary level footage. So, where were we? Oh, right, dashcam footage. Because what's a scandal in 2025 without crystal clear, high-definition 4K video that somehow accidentally gets leaked to a guy named at boxingleaks_786 on Twitter? According to sources, aka the guy who lives across from the Miami gym and never shuts off his Tesla Sentry mode, a blacked-out SUV captured everything. The moment Claressa exited the gym, the confrontation, the yelling, and yes, the infamous swing heard round the internet. Now, let's break it down. The video starts with Claressa walking out of the building, towel around her neck, AirPods in, probably vibing to Megan Thee Stallion or something empowering. She's calm, relaxed, mind on the game. Then, from behind a Range Rover, a hooded figure steps out. It's Remy. Black hoodie, no gloves, no words. Claressa turns, confused. There's a brief exchange, some hand gestures, and then BAM. Remy lunges forward with the agility of someone who's fought more lawsuits than actual fights. A brief scuffle follows. Claressa stumbles back, and within seconds, Gym staff rush out. One guy tries to intervene and trips over a Gatorade cooler. Legend. Another throws his clipboard like it's a weapon. Respect. The video cuts out after 38 seconds. But the damage is done, not just physically but publicly. Because that dashcam clip? Yeah, it didn't just leak. It exploded. Posted at 2:17 p.m. 5,000 retweets in 10 minutes. By the end of the hour, 1.3 million views, 48 memes, and 3 TikTok reenactments filmed in boxing gyms with Eye of the Tiger playing in the background. And then the internet chose violence. Team Claressa immediately went DEFCON 1. Her manager tweeted, "There is a line in this sport, and it's been crossed. Legal action pending. We will not be silenced." Meanwhile, Remy's team? Silent. Like, suspiciously silent. Not even a shady IG story or passive-aggressive emoji. Nothing. That's when boxing Twitter became courtroom Twitter. One thread with 600,000 likes broke down Florida assault laws with legal citations and a side-by-side of Remy's punch form compared to UFC footage. Someone else posted a video titled, "Body Language Expert Analyzes Remy's Attack. Here's Why She's Lying." Oh, and in case you're wondering, yes, Logan Paul called it a PR disaster. Yes, Skip Bayless blamed social media clout-chasing culture. And yes, Piers Morgan invited both of them on his show. They declined. But don't worry, the chaos wasn't limited to just the internet. Because while the world was meme-ing and speculating, Claressa Shields doubled down. She posted a black and white photo of her wrapped hand on Instagram with the caption, "You train your whole life to fight in the ring, not in the parking lot." Boom. Mic drop. Hashtag career sabotage. This is where things go from crazy to conspiracy. Because a day after the video leaks, our fake investigative team, shout out to Chino, he's very real in our hearts, gets access to alleged medical reports that say Claressa suffered Grade 2 AC shoulder joint separation, 2 cracked ribs, possible minor concussion, severe emotional distress. Yes, it was actually listed. This is boxing, not a courtroom soap opera. And wait till you hear this. Another anonymous source, who we're going to call the Spar Whisperer, says Claressa was seen meeting with a private legal team 2 days prior to filing her police report. Why does that matter? Because it means Claressa might have known something was coming. Did she have intel? Was Remy sending threats? Was this all part of a bigger play? Not just to defend herself, but to end Remy's boxing career once and for all? The timelines are suspiciously tight. The dashcam footage exists. The medical records somehow got leaked. And yet, Remy still hasn't been charged. Why? Oh, because here's the twist, and it's going to make your eyebrows fly off your face. There is no formal witness. Yep. Despite multiple people being there, Rico the janitor, clipboard guy, Gatorade trip dude, none of them filed official statements. Why not? Pressure? Loyalty? Fear of Remy's fans? Or did someone offer incentives? Because rumor has it that one gym employee, who wishes to remain anonymous because he's got kids, received 2 plane tickets, a Rolex, and an envelope marked consulting fee the day after the incident. A coincidence? Or classic hush money? You decide. Meanwhile, boxing regulators are scrambling like a judge on America's Got Talent after a cursed magic trick. The Florida State Athletic Commission released a very formal, very nervous statement saying, "We are aware of the allegations involving Ms. Shields and Ms. Remy. At this time, we are reviewing all available evidence and will proceed accordingly." Translation: we have no idea what's going on but don't want to get sued. And if you think the commissions are confused, imagine the sponsors. Because rumor has it that 3 major brands, including a luxury sports drink company, a wearable fitness tech brand, and a certain burger chain that rhymes with Shackronald's, have temporarily pulled out of Claressa's endorsement deals pending clarity. Yup, that's right. A fight that never happened is already costing people millions. And, oh, we're just getting started. So, where's Remy? Excellent question. Because the moment this exploded, Remy vanished. One day she was posting training clips. Next day, gone. No stories. No TikToks. No spicy tweets. According to reports, okay, gossip, she skipped town and flew to Mexico for a mental reset. Someone spotted her at a beachfront resort in Tulum wearing a hoodie that said, "I fight my way."
Charming.
Sources also claim she was seen partying with an unnamed MMA coach and posting, laughing, emojis in private group chats when the fight cancellation made headlines. Oh, and here's a spicy one. There's a screenshot, unverified but juicy, allegedly from a Remy burner account that says, "I warned her. I'm not the type to talk." If that doesn't scream future Netflix documentary, I don't know what does. And now, dear viewers, we arrive at the tipping point. Claressa's fans are rallying. Sponsors are retreating. Commissions are panicking. Remy's silent. Claressa's devastated. And somewhere in a corner office, DAZN executives are crying into their overpriced espresso machines. But guess what? It's not over. Because just when you think it can't get more chaotic, we got word that the Miami-Dade County prosecutor is reviewing potential charges. Yeah, this just escalated from boxing beef to full-blown legal warfare. So, let's recap for those of you who just got here, or maybe passed out mid-scandal. Claressa Shields is out. Remy's AWOL. There's dashcam footage, a shattered fight card, missing witnesses, alleged bribes, and now the district attorney is involved. Because, yes, folks, this thing just graduated from boxing beef to potential criminal charges. We're talking assault with intent to injure, interference with a professional sporting event, and the weirdest one, premeditated athletic sabotage. Yeah, apparently, that's a thing now. According to legal analysts, okay, one guy in a TikTok law podcast with 300K followers, prosecutors are looking into intent, specifically whether Remy deliberately targeted Claressa to destroy the July 26th event. And get this, if proven, she could face civil liability for lost revenue. Translation: she might have to pay millions. Because remember, DAZN canceled the event, ticket holders got refunds, 3 major sponsors backed out, and even the hot dog vendor outside the stadium said sales haven't been the same since. We're talking a potential lawsuit so big, it might set the kind of legal precedent that makes ESPN stop airing press conferences live. And if you think Remy's gonna lawyer up and stay quiet, you'd be right. Because guess who just hired a celebrity legal team that includes the guy who defended that crypto guy who bought an island and forgot to pay taxes? Yep. Remy's lawyer walked into court wearing designer sunglasses, holding a latte, and reportedly told reporters, "This was a misunderstanding between 2 athletes. My client was defending herself from a perceived threat." A perceived threat? Claressa was holding a smoothie and AirPods, not a steel chair. But hey, the plot thickens. The fallout isn't just legal, it's global. 3 boxing commissions, including California and New York, have reportedly placed Remy under temporary suspension pending investigation. Her profile has been removed from the official ranking page, and her verified IG account is now showing that sad, user not found message. Tragic. Even her gym, yes, her own gym, released a statement that said, "We do not condone unsanctioned violence or actions that damage the integrity of the sport." Remy's membership has been paused until further notice. Translation: she got us bad PR and we're panicking. And that's not all. Claressa's fans, aka the hashtag GWOAT gang, launched a full-scale online boycott of Remy and any brand that supports her. One fan even started a GoFundMe called Justice for Claressa's Comeback, which raised $22,000 in 48 hours, and most of that came from a retired boxer in Detroit who said, "I saw this coming in 2019. Social media has turned into a battleground. TikTok, flooded with dramatic edits of Claressa set to Adele ballads. Twitter, X chaos. Conspiracies. Claims that Remy is actually funded by rival promoters to disrupt female boxing. YouTube? Oh, sweet YouTube. There are now 7 full documentaries, 3 AI reenactments, and 1 guy who used Sims 4 to recreate the entire attack scene. In slow motion. Even boxing legend Layla Ali chimed in on her Instagram Live. "This ain't boxing. This is high school with better lighting and worse lawyers." Well said, Queen. And as if things couldn't get worse for Remy, we now have unconfirmed reports that Netflix is pulled out of a documentary deal with her camp.
Ouch.
One source said, "It's a PR nightmare. We can't have a whole series about the comeback of a fighter who ends up getting banned before episode 2. Valid. Just when the internet thought Claressa was done talking, she resurfaces, not in a press conference, but in a deeply emotional, dimly lit Instagram live that instantly went viral. She sat in a hoodie, eyes swollen, her right shoulder clearly taped. Behind her, silence. No managers, no PR team, just raw emotion. And then she spoke. "I fought my whole life to get here. I took punches, criticism, and pressure most people wouldn't survive. But nothing prepares you for betrayal, not in the ring, but in life."
Boom.
Over 2 million views in 12 hours. She paused, then added, "If this is the end of my career, I'll walk away knowing I never fought dirty. I never ambushed someone in a parking lot. I never threw a punch I couldn't justify."
Oof.
The subtext? She's talking to Remy.
Hard.
Thousands flooded the comments with heart emojis, boxing gloves, and calls for her to run for actual office. Some fans are already campaigning for her to become an analyst on Fight Night, saying, "She's too real for the ring. Give her a mic and let her roast the whole industry." Respect. But of course, there's always that one twist at the end of a good fake scandal, right? Well, buckle up, because here it is. A leaked email has surfaced between Remy's camp and a rival streaming platform, suggesting that Remy may have orchestrated the incident to break her DAZN exclusivity contract and move to another promoter. Wait, what? Yep. In the email, a rep allegedly writes, "Once she's out from under DAZN, we're greenlighting the Remy Raw docuseries and paying out her appearance bonuses in full."
You read that right.
This might not have been just personal. This might have been strategic sabotage for a TV deal. Welcome to the real fight game, folks, where the punches don't always come in the ring and the knockouts are measured in media contracts. But just when it all felt like a Shakespearean tragedy with boxing gloves, guess what happened today? Claressa's team released a new statement. And it says, drum roll, she's not done. Not by a long shot. The July 26th fight may be cancelled, but now they're targeting October. A full recovery, a comeback documentary, and get this, she wants the main event to be a sanctioned fight against Remy, in a neutral country, with maximum security, and, I kid you not, lie detector tests at the press conference. What? Ladies and gentlemen, we may be entering the first ever chapter of legal boxing. Claressa's exact words? "You wanted to fight outside the rules. Let's fight inside them. Let the world watch me end this the right way." Cue the dramatic trailer music. So now, dear viewers, I turn to you. Was this all one massive manipulation from the start? Is Remy a misunderstood underdog fighting back against an industry that boxed her out? Or is she just the villain we never asked for but definitely needed for entertainment? Did Claressa's emotional breakdown mean the end? Or is it the start of the greatest revenge arc in modern boxing history? And let's not forget the biggest question of them all. If this fight really happens in October, will you watch it? Trick question. Of course you will. We all will. Now, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Team Claressa? Team Remy? Or Team I just came for the drama? Collision smash that like button if your jaw dropped at least once. Brain hit subscribe if you love messy, over-the-top, slightly illegal sports coverage. Bell and ring that notification bell, because the next time someone throws hands in a Whole Foods parking lot, we'll be the first to report it. This is Celebrity Press, where the gloves are off, the tea is boiling, and nothing is too wild to be fake. Stay chaotic. Stay suspicious. And remember, just because it didn't happen, doesn't mean it's not entertaining.